Hello there everyone, it's Back today, and this is going to be my thoughts and breakdown for episode 4 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Sorry this video is so late, I'm actually on a little bit of a family vacation right now, so I'm getting this video up a little later, but it's all good. We're going to talk about The Bad Batch, we're going to have a good time, so stick around and let's get right to it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first up, this was another pretty solid episode. I definitely enjoyed this one, just not as much as the first 3. Not because it was a bad episode, but just because there wasn't as much going on in this one as the other couple of episodes. And, essentially it opens up with the Bad Batch. They're low on resources and, their rations. And so they have to make a pit stop at the nearest planet, which is Pantora, to grab some credits, some food, and, add some modifications to their ship so that they can't be caught. And then, of course, we get the return of a younger Fennec Shand, the bounty hunter that was first introduced to us in The Mandalorian, and she is hunting down Omega. And that's, the big part about this episode. We don't yet know who is employing her and why she's hunting down Omega. A lot of people have said that, oh, it's the Kaminoans, they're trying to get her back. But I don't think that's the case, because it was the Kaminoan that, allowed Omega to escape. And so I don't think that's the case, and I'm really looking forward to finding out, who has employed Fennec Shand, and, I'm fairly certain she's going to show up again later on in the rest of the show. And so plot-wise, that's essentially it, but I just want to talk about a couple of things that I really enjoyed about this episode. One was the scene where, Hunter is selling Echo to that guy, and he's like, oh, no, this is a reputable business. I don't take whatever grenade he was trying to sell him. And then he's like, military experiment? Sure, hand him over. I just thought that was funny. And then Echo's like, I'm worth more than 2,000 credits. And then they settle for 3,000. I really enjoyed that whole bit. That was great. And of course, we can't forget the overnight superstar Clink himself with his 2 little arms and his 2 little legs. He has become everybody's favorite droid in just a couple of days. And honestly, I can't blame them because he is the cutest thing ever. Also, I want to talk about Wrecker for a second, because since episode 2, he has hit his head in every single episode. Dave Filoni, what are you doing? What are you doing? He, literally, this episode, he was thrown head freaking first into a wall. In the last episode, it was on the shuttle crash, and he's like, ow, my head hurts. I'm getting really concerned. At first, I thought it was just a joke. When people were saying, oh, his inhibitor chip is going to go off, I wasn't really on board. But now, I'm actually legitimately concerned for Wrecker and his inhibitor chip. Especially because since the beginning of this series, he has become one of my favorite members of the Bad Batch. He's, at first when I saw him in the Clone Wars Season 7, he was a little over the top, but he's really a lovable character now, and that is a very Dave Filoni thing to do, to just, destroy one of the most lovable characters, and hopefully that does not happen. Also, I just wanted to point out a couple of Easter eggs and references. So the planet that they visit, Pantora, is actually the homeworld of the character that George Lucas played in the prequel trilogy. He did not actually voice the character in the Clone Wars, but there's a picture of him in the Clone Wars as well. And then we also get the return of Voorpaks, which were first introduced in Star Wars Resistance. And I think we also got to see some more Loth cats in this episode as well. And can we just take a moment to appreciate all of the wholesome moments that this show has given us? Like, all of the Bad Batch members are so adorable when they're with Omega. This episode we had Echo handing her the Clone Trooper doll, Wrecker comforting her when she was scared running away from Fennec, and in the past episode we had Hunter and Omega, and it's just the cutest thing ever. So once again, I would like to plead to Dave Filoni to please not have their inhibitor chips go off, because I don't think any of us will be able to emotionally handle that. Well guys, that's going to do it for this video. That's all I have to say. I definitely enjoyed this episode. I'd probably give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. Really looking forward to the rest of the episodes to come. There's going to be 16 total, so I can't wait for the rest of this series. I'm currently anticipating Rex's arrival because we do know that he is in this show, and so he's probably the character that I'm most looking forward to seeing. I also really hope that Cody shows up. We did not get to see Crosshair in this episode, but I'm hoping that we see him again in the next one. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. I definitely enjoyed it. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, maybe hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment. Check me out on TikTok. I post way more on there. And yeah, just have a great day. Stay tuned for the next video, and may the Force be with you all, always.